Hi, it's Cindy. I have been tossing the idea of making this video and when to do it, and because it's been a very emotional week and a half where I couldn't keep everything together. I kind of mentioned towards the end of my last video, that I had gotten test results back from blood work and I've had a second CAC score done. And I just posted the score at the very end because I couldn't talk about it. My blood work all came back great. It was, everything was good. A1C was 5.1, triglycerides, HDL, all of that stuff was good. The only thing my doctor did was decrease my B6 supplements because my B6 level was a little too high. That's an easy fix. He said just take it every third day instead of every day. Due to my gastric bypass years ago, I can't absorb all the vitamins that everybody else can that has not had that surgery. So I do take the supplements to help with that. Anyway, June a year ago, I had my first CAC test done, which is a cardiac artery calcium score. And I kept seeing everybody, oh, mine's 0, mine's 100, and they were freaking out if it was 100. And I'm like, okay, I should be good. I've been doing keto now for a couple years. However, prior to those couple years, I had ruined everything with high blood pressure and being on blood pressure meds for many, many years, and thankfully no longer need to be. However, the damage was done. My original calcium score came back 5,552, 5552. I freaked out. That was a year ago. I caught a live with Dr. Berry and Dr. Ovadia, who is a cardiologist or cardiac surgeon. And I asked a question. He said, Dr. Ovadia, he said, just have one done in a year and use the first one as your baseline. I'm like, okay, that's good. Well, I had one done in June, and I was hoping to maintain that same level because they said they very rarely go down. Some cases they do, but it's rare. And I was so totally disappointed because not only did it go up, it went up another 500 plus points to 6,127. And for those of you that don't know, that means that I am in the 90th percentile plus of having a heart attack. There's heart disease in my family. My father had his first major heart attack and surgery when he turned 50. But he also had scarlet fever as a child that they knew would develop into heart disease. So that explained that for him. We think pretty certain that our mom died of a heart attack. She went quick. She went in to get cleaned up, and an hour later she was dead. She had just turned 74 a few weeks prior, and that's the only thing we could attribute it to. She was a pretty heavy-set woman, and and my sister has coronary artery disease. She's my younger sister. So it's there, it's in my family. But this was my own doing with the way I ate before. The only thing I can hope is that eating the ketogenic way, which I've been doing since September of 2020, has prevented me from having that heart attack with having such a high calcium score. That's all I can go on. I feel good. I feel better than I have in decades. So I've got that, but it does freak me out. It scares the heck out of me. I've been such an emotional wreck the last few days, the last week and a half, really, like I stated earlier. But I got to live my life, and I can't dwell on it. I've got to just do the best I can. I went on a live with Dr. Berry last night, and I asked him, told him what the results were, that and the CAC and my lipid panel, and he said everything sounds good except that. He said just stay ketovore, carnivore, and you should be good. He said the guy that created the CAC test said that typically it goes up 20% every year. Well, mine didn't go up 20%, thank goodness, but it did go up 10%. So maybe I'm maintaining it now. So I can't worry about it. Mine are so extremely high. I haven't heard of anybody, and please, if you know anybody that has had these high scores, please let me know, because I feel like, holy cow, I'm the only one like this that I know, and it scares the holy you-know-what out of me. But, you know, Brian and I have talked about it. I have talked with Debbie about it, and, you know, I just have to do what I know is the best for me, what makes me feel the best, and live my life and not dwell on this, because it's going to eat me alive if I do. So there's that. This month has been a little crazy. We had a party, as you know, it's been in my previous video, at our house. It was a cookout with some keto friends that are hold near and dear, and as well as those that couldn't come. And I am so sorry if those that weren't invited were upset. I had gotten wind of that through another network, and I really apologize for that. This was at our house, and it was limited space, and we weren't sure about the weather, and it did wind up raining, so everybody was in the house. So next time I'll think it through better and open it up more, and maybe try to find a hall to have it at here in the Richmond, Kentucky area. So there's that. But we had that. We've had doctor's appointments. I've had and all this, just a lot to do. And then Brian and I rejoined. Well, we had joined Planet Fitness a while back. And mine, once I turned 65 in May, mine switched over to silver sneakers because, yay, I'm getting old. But it's free, so that's a good price. So we just signed up with a trainer again. We had one previous, and man, he tried to sell his services, saying he was going to leave and go out on his own. I'm like, nope, and we backed off from him totally. And we would just go periodically. It was not often enough. But now, working with this trainer, it's at least twice a week. She's there 4 days a week. I don't plan on trying to kill myself, and I really have to be careful, obviously. So, yeah, and then days we don't go, we go out for walks here in the neighborhood and do that. So it's been interesting. Yesterday, Brian came to me and said, come on, let's go. And he was ready to film making a pen, which will be a video coming out in the next few days, because we got it done. And I was so excited. And I asked him, I said, when are you going to let me tell, when are you going to tell your story? He said, that'll be next. So, yay, he's coming along. He's getting on board. So that's exciting for me, because he definitely has a lot going on and had other things going on that aren't anymore once starting keto, but he needs to tell that. So after this, I have some meal prep that we did yesterday, and so the foods that we've eaten all week, well, probably a couple weeks, because they haven't been on here. And I will include all that at the end of this. But I just wanted to touch base with everybody. I think, and one thing, I did catch a live with Intentional Carnivore, Shaun White, with Dr. Ovadia a few days ago. And I did ask Dr. Ovadia a question, telling him the difference in the scores. And it's possible to work with his team, but it is not in my budget to do that, unfortunately. I had actually spoken with one of his team members that afternoon, and she gave me a breakdown, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't afford that. I can't. And I'm not going to put that out there, but it's pricey, and I get it. He's a professional, and it also opens you up to his metabolic health team, but it's still not in my budget. And Brian and I have talked about it, and we just can't do it. So again, just have to do what's best. But in there, somebody else had asked a question about ketones. We all know and have heard ketones are great for your brain, especially if there's like dementia or Alzheimer's or any mental illness. He also said ketones are great for the heart. And I'm like, okay. So I need to really be on my P's and Q's, because I don't want to take exogenous ketones. I did that for a while when I first started keto, and I'm like, oh, okay, this will work, this will work. They're just expensive. And I know from doing BBB&E for a month that I can get ketones up to 2 point something just by eating the right food. So that's what I need to do. This roller coaster scale, I check in with my sister and my nieces every Saturday. We hold each other accountable every Saturday, telling our progress or lack thereof. And this morning I was up 1.8 pounds. Now, mind you, we've been going to the gym, and I'm not making excuses, but my muscles ache. And muscle mass went up a little bit, so there's that. But yeah, anyway, I got to get on track and stay there, and that'll be it. That's gonna be for the betterment of my life. So like I said, I'm 65 and definitely not getting any younger. And I need to be here for Brian. He's got a lot going on, and he is my why. And on that note, I'm going to end this before I become a blubbering idiot. And I'm going to attach the short videos of the foods and the prep that I did yesterday. That food is out on the smoker right now, and I'll include the little video I took of it showing it on the smoker. But everybody have a great day. Please like, subscribe, share the video, comment on it. Right now I'm at 265 subscribers. Not too shabby, so I just started in February, I guess. But I'd really like to see those numbers go up. And you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you the next time. My next loaf of bread is Wendy from Loving It on Keto, her buttermilk bread recipe. Man, it smells good. My breakfast meal for today. Basically 2 slices of bacon. There's 2 halves, 3 eggs, 1 piece egg white bread, and 2 keto chow biscuits toasted with butter. Vanilla cream keto chow mixed with banana keto chow and choc zero peanut butter chips mixed in. That's what's for dinner. Jimmy John's gargantuan unhinged. 8 ounces of strip steak, and these are palmini mashed. First time I've tried them, I added some Redmond real garlic salt and a little bit of cheese to it. Let's just pop in the microwave, heat it up. It is 1:15. It's my first meal today. Grilled ham and cheese on the buttermilk bread and 2 eggs. There's wings that have been smoking for about an hour. Thank you, James, for your input. Watch out. Back up a little bit. Man, I guess it's time to eat. It is 1:30. We're just breaking our fast. I have 3 eggs, a piece of ham that we had boiled with some cabbage, and a couple waffles that were left over in the freezer. Dinner today was McDonald's quarter-pound patties with cheese, and this is dessert, strawberries, blueberries, and zero sugar Ready-Whip. It is 1:34, breaking my fast. There's 2 scrambled eggs with some Colby Jack cheese and 2 pork chops with onions with some proper good tomato basil soup mix on them. Tonight's dinner, chocolate peanut butter keto chow with Choc Zero peanut butter chips mixed in. Today is Monday, it's 1:39. This is my first meal. The rest of the deviled eggs, 2 slices of bacon, and a half of a strawberry cream shake that I've already had a little bit of. It's very good. Monday's dinner, 6:50 p.m. These are Italian sausages with a mozzarella stick in the center, topped with some Rayo's marinara and some more mozzarella shredded on top. Gotta eat. I'm making chuck roast today. I'm using Cassie's Unfindable Request recipe. It started it in skillet. Sorry about the background noise, but that's the vent from our under a microwave to take up the smoke. Boy, that was good. Just checked on the chuck roast. It is done. It is good. My husband's been at the smoker. We got a couple ribeyes out there, and these are some pork steaks that we've had in the freezer that he put out there. They are ready. Now I'm gonna cook some eggs, and then we're gonna eat. Here are the ribeyes that just came off the smoker. That's for tomorrow. I'll sear them and finish cooking them then. Here's my breakfast meal. I also made some more keto peanut butter fudge. This time I used peanut butter with peanuts in it. Dawn and I had talked about this when Dawn does keto. So Dawn, it tastes so good. Dinner tonight, healthy noodles topped with chuck roast that I cooked earlier today that I shredded and reheated in its own juices and added some butter. It's Wednesday, my first meal. It's 1:50 in the afternoon. There's 3 eggs, 2 slices of bacon, and 2 pieces of egg white, buttermilk toast with a little bit of peanut butter. Wednesday dinner, 15.5-ounce ribeye. Let's see how much of it I can actually eat. 8 ounces down, 7.5 ounces wasn't gonna go. Pizza choppers for lunch. And just need to add cheese to this one. It's 2 o'clock and we're gonna break our fast with white bread waffle topped with pizza sauce, pepperoni, bacon crumble, jalapenos, and mozzarella cheese. This is what I've been making for our dog. I take 2 pounds of the ground chicken to 1 cup of the rice per our vet, instead of all the crap food that you can buy at the stores for the dog. Plus he's got a lot going on. He's partially blind. He's 13 years old. He has doggy dementia, among other things. And poor thing, he's getting some good food and he's doing well with it. Some meal prep. I have 2 of these top round steaks that I'm cutting into bite-sized pieces, and I'm going to put this marinade on them. I'll leave them sit overnight, and they're going out on the smoker. And over here I've got some poppers mixed with cream cheese, bacon, and Colby Jack cheese or jalapenos. Those are going on a smoker tomorrow. In this bowl is ground beef, some diced jalapenos, the rest of the cream cheese, Colby Jack cheese, and bacon that's from the jalapeno poppers that I showed. And these are beer brats that I'm gonna do like Wendy did and stuff the meat with some Colby Jack cheese and stuff these in here, and then I'm gonna wrap them in bacon and I'll show you when they're done, and those will be on the smoker tomorrow also. There's before wrapped in bacon and there's after, and we'll show you the finished product tomorrow. And this is the leftover meat that I'm also going to wrap in bacon, these 4 meatballs. Now next, I have the rest of this ham that we cooked with it, boiled with this cabbage, that I'm going to make just going to fry up the cabbage and the ham. I'm going to add some red pepper flakes, crushed red pepper, and some bacon crumble to it, just to make another dish out of some leftovers. So here's the cabbage and ham, and bacon crumble, and crushed red peppers, but I'm going to put it in a casserole dish, top it with some shredded Swiss cheese and pork rinds, and throw it in the oven for a casserole. And then with the rest of the ham, because it was way too much, I decided to make some egg bites. I've got that all ready. So in the blender, I have egg, ham, bacon crumble, cream cheese, and I'll see how that goes. Just experiments. Here are my spatulas I'm using today. This Believe also has a chart on the back with all kinds of measurements. It's pretty cool. Got them at Hobby Lobby, I believe, at Christmas time. So I topped the casserole in the casserole dish with some more bacon crumble. And here's the Swiss cheese. Which used to be with other stuff, but we don't use that. And then I have some pork rinds that I crushed up myself. Just gonna sprinkle on the top. Put this in 350 oven. Egg bites are about ready to go in as well. And that'll be the end of those. There's the cabbage and ham, bacon crumble casserole. Egg bites are ready to go in the oven. I used 8 eggs, 6 ounces of cream cheese, the leftover ham, and some bacon crumble, and I topped it with cheddar jack cheese that I had shredded myself, but that wasn't enough space, so I had a smaller pan and it filled it all up. I'll let you see them when they're done. And here are the finished egg bites. It just smells so good in this house. And tonight, we're having ice cream for dinner. There's all the meat that I prepped yesterday for the smoker. These are the 4 meatballs wrapped in bacon. These are the beer brats with ground beef mixed with some of the stuffing from the jalapenos. And those are the steak bites that I marinated in garlic and herb marinated overnight. So you'll see it when it's all good. It's done on the smoker. These are the jalapenos. They didn't get wrapped in bacon, but they have bacon in them. They got a little too done, but they'll be good. There's the top round steak bites that have been marinating in a garlic and herb marinade all night. And 4 little meatballs. And then these are the beer brats, slit in half with ground beef in the mix with the rest of the jalapeno popper mixture inside, wrapped in bacon. And there's those. And it is dang near time to eat finally.